language of it, because this is a new advanced technology or language, understanding numbers. I see a number, it tells me information, and I know in this moment I'm doing something with it. And so let's see just what the energies are for today as we're kind of gathering. And by the way, I also like to sometimes talk about what's called the Mayan timekeeper or galactic Maya information. And today is a yellow galactic warrior day. So that sounds fun. Birthday. Today is the 4th. Oh, and it's a 4/4 day. That's nice too. Okay, so the first thing too, just 101 about pulling your profile. I always recommend that you go back to it many times, because when you pull that free profile, you get 4 paragraphs that are kind of like explaining a little bit about you and your main 4 codes, which is called your activation sequence, which are the main 4 green ones that are on the outer edges of the profile. And so I like to say, if you ever find yourself going through something in your life, or maybe you've got emotions, or you've got a decision to make, or something like that, or you're feeling uncomfortable, I would recommend go back and read those 4 paragraphs very simply. It can really remind you of some very important things. I've not had many people that tell me that this information isn't highly resonant, and well, because this is just how it works. This is the next understanding of cosmic DNA and how we've been engineered to eventually understand this information. We just weren't supposed to understand it until now. So go back and read those 4 paragraphs. And what I like to do if I'm ever working one-on-one with them, even if the person's read them, is I read them again, because I'm commanding the DNA. I'm reminding the DNA, and I'm turning the DNA on. So for anyone here that's assisting other people, you don't have to know anything about gene keys to say, let me pull, and they may never want to go so deep into it, that's totally fine. But somebody giving them a friendly reminder, who doesn't like to read a horoscope or an astrological whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So you go in there and you pull up the profile, you don't need to know anything about it, and you give them the gift of this neurolinguistic programming. Whether you read it to them personally or you've at least turned them on to it, it can change somebody's life, because I know it did mine. It put me immediately into a higher understanding of consciousness and a quantum leap. I always like to say when anyone opens this, it's like, welcome to the quantum, because you are stepping up into quantum fields of energy and moving through time and space, and things can happen very quickly and not in ways that we've understood things to happen before in the past. So let's see, for some reason wasn't able to pull the information at that time. Let's try it again. Any other questions? Galactic warriors. The birds are so beautiful every day. So let's just imagine that we're born today and we're pulling our birth chart. And so our deepest purpose in life is to manifest the gift of expansion. To realize my purpose, I need to transform the shadow of immaturity. In relationships, my greatest challenge is to transform the shadow of pride into the gift of artfulness. The highest expression of my heart is ascension. I unlock my prosperity through my gift of freedom. I undermine my prosperity through the shadow of victimization, and I thrive best in a partnership. This is deep, guys. I didn't even know this is what's going on right now. I'm a little blown away by what I'm seeing, about what we're really doing.
About some of the cards.
Exactly. You pulled the Freedom card, which basically, so the 55 is the Dragonfly's dream. It's what I like to call the prophecy of the new earth. It's talking about new forms of human government, new ways of using money, eventual endings of money, if we can imagine. Remember, we're in the future timeline. We can create whatever we want. We are. Whatever we're doing right now will eventually inform all of humanity. This is super important to understand what I'm talking about with time traveling and the idea that we're opening up something here to create something new for people to, we're building a new structure. So the 55 is the masculine codes, and the 22 is the feminine codes. And we happen to have the 22 in the pearl right now, and the 55 in the culture. And the culture is about what you're here to bring to the community. So here we are, 55, freedom. We're here to bring freedom to the community. And the shadow of this is victimization, and it's about our victimization of our emotions. So you know what, I know where I need to go right now. I need to go to the 55, of course. I want to read you guys a little bit about this. So the main thing to understand about the Dragonfly's dream, and something else important to tell you, is humanity is going through a mutation. It's a mutation of our emotional center. It's a mutation of our solar plexus. This is not something that maybe a scientist is going to tell you, because they don't go looking to a scientist or a doctor for how to navigate your future, because they do not know this yet. You know, you are a programmer of your DNA. You never need a doctor or a hospital or medicine ever again in your life when you understand what I'm talking about here. We never need any of those types of things. Even natural herbal remedies are super cool, but they're addressing something from the outside. We're learning how to create from the inside. We're creating a future civilization where we don't need medicine, doctors, or even the idea of education systems like we've ever known them before. It's okay to go that far into the future to imagine beautiful, Edenic places like that can exist on the planet where balance and harmony are here. And natural ordering of systems and groups and people are coming together to create beautiful worlds, because we are designed to do this. That's what this book is really about. Okay, so the culture, gosh, it's blowing my mind right now that it's in the culture right now. So, well, let's talk about what the culture sphere means. I'm going to read that. I forgot to bring my paper, but let's talk about what the culture sphere is about. Gene Keys, spheres.